Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I got three to four questions in the Telegram group. So one of the person has asked that if we are having two array, so what can you repeat the question? What is the question in the assignment? I am not getting it. Whoever has asked? I think the question was we have two arrays in the form of matrix 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 1, 1. So how we can add these two array, right? In the form of matrix. Can anyone confirm?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so basically, let's see. So basically, if you see this, this is very simple. We can move with the help without using any code language. Just say 3, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 4 plus 3, 7, 9, and then 11, and then 30, and after that 8, 8. So this is how we do it. So basically, this is nothing but an L. If you see this, please put yourself on mute. If you have any query, you can ask because some disturbance is happening. So we have discussed the array representation. So it is 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. It is 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. It is 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2. Right. Similarly, if I talk about this one, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. It is 2, 0, then 2, 1, and then 2, 2. It is then sorry, it should be. Let me start again. So I'm giving the index 0, 1. This we have already, so I'm not discussing it again. 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 0, 1, 2, 2. Right? Similarly, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. So this is our array number 1. This is our array number 1. This is our array number 2. So if we have two array, and if I add two array, then we should get array number 3 like this. Then we will get array number 3 like how we can do it programmatically. So let us see this. So for these two first array number 1 and array number 2, let me first create these two array, then we can proceed. So let me create here. So I am already having this class. So let me create array number 1. So put array sign and then new int. So let me give, so this we have also discussed, we can directly assign the value here. So let me give some number like what is the number we can give? So basically, if you see this, it is a 3 into 3 array. Come here. It is a 3 by 3 array, right? 3 row, 1, 2, 3 row, and 3 column, right? Similarly, here we are having 3 rows and 3 columns, right? Similarly, here 3 rows and 3 columns. So first, let us create multi-dimensional array of 3 by 3 size. So for that, I need to give arr new int, like this we can give, right? So let me write 3, 3. So 3 by 3, and here it is asking us to enter the number. So let me enter some number. So here I will write 10. So it is a integer array, so I can enter integer value here, 10, 20, 30 in the first row, then 40, 50, 60 in the second row, and in our third row I will again put 1 comma, then I will put 70, 80, and 90. So some error is coming. So basically I am defining the number here, so we do not need to write, I think. Yeah. So it is not required because we are directly giving the number, so no need to mention. It will automatically understand that it is a 3 by 3 array, right? So let me give array number 1. Similarly, I will create another array. So let me take this name as A, array number A. Then I will create second array, array B. So if I talk about B, let me give some number again. Right, like I can give 1, 1, 1 in the first row, in the second row 2, 2, 2, and in the third row 3, 3, 3, right? So till now it is clear to everyone how we are creating array. This we have already seen. Any doubt? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you see this, we are having two array. Now I want to add these two array. So first we need to create one extra array, right? We need to create one extra array so we can store the output, right? Because output will be in the form of array. So I will create one more array that will be my array which is having the value. So int c that will have the sum of all the two array. Now I will again create new int. This time I will say I need to create it for 3 by 3. So 3 by 3 array I have created, right? So once I will add these two array, this one and this one, the data will be stored here. So this is how this is the reason we are creating one extra array. So if you see this, it is a 3 by 3 array, right? So to traverse it, what I will do, I will use two for loop, int I equals to 0. So this outer for loop will be for the total number of row. How many rows we are having? 1, 2, and 3. So total 3 rows we are having. So this is the reason we are having total 1, 2, and 3. So we are using outer loop I equals to 0 to I less than a dot, or you can say any, yeah, a dot length you can say, because both the arrays should be same if we are adding. So you can either take a dot length or b dot length, that does not matter, and I will increment the value of I. Okay, and after that what we have to do, for the total number of rows we have taken the one loop. For the rows we have taken outer loop, but we are having three column, one column first one. So for the column as well, I will say for int this time j equals to 0, j less than, what I will say, j less than a of I dot length. So this also we have discussed. I hope this part is clear, that why I am taking a of I. Any issues in this? Why we are taking? We have already discussed anyways. If anyone have doubt, they can ask. Any doubts till this point? At least say yes or no, that how I will know.
No, sir.
Hello.
No, sir.
Okay, great. So see, after once these two loop will work, now I will, what I will do, I will take this array. I will take this array, and here I will say I, here I will say j, and here simply I will say ao. I want to add these two arrays, so ij plus bo ij. So this is how. So basically we are adding these two array, and one by one, this is basically the index value. So you will get the index as well. So let me debug this program, or okay, I will debug this program. So what I will do, okay, I will debug it. So I will put one breakpoint here, two breakpoints I will put. Okay, so it should stop at number 17. So if you see this, these two arrays are already created. So if you open this, this is our row number 0. In our row number 0, we are having 10, 20, and 30, right? 0, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then 70, 80, 90. So if I represent it, how this will look, let me open. So this is our 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So this is the representation. And what is our second array? 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. So this is my second array. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, and then so after that, what we are doing, we are running two loops. So for if you click this, I equals to 0, condition true, because length will be total 3. So 0 is less than 3, condition true. Now again condition will become true. What will be the length of this? A of 0. This is our A of 0. If I talk about, this is our array number, this is our array number A, this is our array number B. If I say A of 0 dot length, what does this mean? Which means this is our index number 0, 1, and 2. So what is A of 0? This is nothing but our A of 0. So what is the total length? Sorry, what is the total length? So what we can do, which means it will going to run 3 times. Now, if I run it, condition true. Now, if you see I equals to 0, j equals to 0 for the first time. I equals to 0, j equals to 0, I equals to 0 again, j equals to 0, right? Which means I am saying first give me the 0, 0 element from the array number A. So what I am saying here, for the first time I am saying A of 0, 0. So what is 0, 0? This one. So this value will come here 10, right? And after that I think plus B of 0, 0. So B of 0 is this one, 0, 0. This is nothing but 1. Second one is 11. So once this addition will be done, adds new array, which is our new array 0, 0, right? This is our new array. If I talk about, if I open this, there is one more array which we have created, which is our final array. So here it is 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, right? So this is our final array. So in this array, after addition of these two, on the left hand side I have written C of 0, 0, right? For the first time, C of 0, 0 is written. So after 10 plus 1, 11 will be present into this array at 0, 0. This is nothing but, so this is basically the index I have written. So at index 0, 0, 11 will be present. So this is basically we are doing. So if you see this at 0, 0, as of now, if you open this, you will not find any value. It should be null value or 0. If I open this, so 0 by default is present. But when I execute this, you will see 11 will be present here. So if I execute this, 11 should be present here. So 11 came. Now again, j value will become 1. So I will remain same. I will remain same. So j value will become 1. So it is 0. It is also 0, 0. So now we are targeting the second element. So instead of 0, now it is 0, 1. It is 0, 1. And here it is as well 0 and 1. So this is nothing but our 0, 1. So if you take this number 20, it is this time 20 plus 1. So it is nothing but 21. So 21 will go here, which means it will be present at the second array, last array, which we have created. So if I invoke this, so if you see this 21 came at 0, 1. Similarly for the 0 and 2, third time it will it will add these two numbers 30 and then 1. So it is 31 for the third time. So 31 will come at index 02. So you can see that we have done the addition of first row. Similarly, now I value will increment by 1. This loop will terminate because condition will fail, because j value has become 3, but 3 is not less than 3, so condition false. Now I equals to 1. Now again j value will become 0. So now if you see this 1 and 0, 1 and 0, j value will be 0. So now we are targeting which elements? We are targeting this one, 1 0. It is nothing but 1 0. It is also 1 0, and this is nothing but also whatever the addition will come, that will come here at 1 0, right? So 40 plus 2 is 42. So if you invoke this, so let me open 1 0. So 1 0 is as of now 0 default value, but if I say this, it will give 42, as you can see on the right hand side. Similarly, for the second element, 42, and after that 52. How 52 is coming? 50 plus 2, 52. Similarly, 60 plus 2 and 62, right? So this is how it will execute. So if I invoke this, 62 should come here. And now after that, this will again terminate. This inner loop will again terminate. And now I value will increment by 1. So I value will become 2. So now if you say this, j value will be 0 again. So 2 it is nothing but 2 0, 2 0. It is also 2 0. So they will exactly be the same, and it is also 2 0. So now if I execute this, it is 2 0, 2 1 and 2 2, right? In the matrix format if you visualize, and this is also 2 0, 2 1 and 2 2. So if I add 70 plus 3, it is 73 for the first time. So if I open this, so 73 came. If you see 73, similarly 83 will come. It is 2 1. So now it is 83, and for the last time it will be 90 plus 3. So it is nothing but 93. And after that, this loop will again terminate, but this time outer for loop will also terminate, right? This will also terminate because this loop has already run 3 times, which means I value is as of now 2. But once the I value will become 3, this total length is also 3. This is the, we have discussed that a dot length will give you the total size. So 3 is not less than 3, condition false. So this time we will come out of the, this will not run anymore. And this is how we have done the addition, right? If you see this, all the addition of the array is present. So you can also print it. If I print it, it will not print anything because we have not printed it. So for, if you want to print these two array again, copy this, paste it, and instead of addition, this time print the final array. So this is your final array. So if I print it, semicolon, remove ln from here. So once first row will be printed, after that we need to change the line. So I will change after first row will be printed. So if I run this, so after that try to put some weight, put some space. So if I run it, this time we should get the, so you can see here like this we are able to get. So this is our final addition of array. You can see here. Is it clear to everyone?
Sir,
Yeah.
instead of taking 3 rows and 3 columns,
Yeah.
we can take 3 rows and 2 columns.
Like how we are saying. If I open, let me open Paint. So if I say 3 row and 2 column, right? Which means 2, 50, 30, 40, 50. You can also take this.
No, sir, 3 rows.
Yeah. First row,
Sorry,
second
3
row,
columns and 2 columns.
3 columns and 2 rows. Okay. 3 columns and 2 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 3 columns and 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you can also take this. That is not an issue. If I just modify this, what you have to do? So, but remember that you cannot do like this. If you are thinking that 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, 8, 3, 5, 6, right? So it is not possible to add different dimensions, right? So both either these to be 2, 2, they should be same, right? Whatever you are adding. So suppose this is the case. If we are having in this manner 2 rows and 3 columns. So what I will do. So instead of I will remove this. Now we are having 2 rows and 3 columns. So just remove from that, and our program should work fine. It should not throw any error. Let us check. So here I have made 2 rows and 3 columns. But here also you need to specify that I am having 2 rows and 3 columns. Then only it will, otherwise it will not be able to store properly and it will throw the error. So if I run this, now let us see what will happen. So you can see again 11, 21, 31, 42, 52, 62 again. So if you see this, the advantage of taking this, right? If you keep on hard coding the value, right? If you say that my array length is 3, right? So if you keep on hard coding the value, then every time you need to change this value. But if I do like this, it will automatically take the value and it will not fail your program. So it will be this 8 or 10 will be helpful for you to addition, right? Otherwise you need to every time change the value here, because this array will keep on changing. Similarly, if you add few more rows, that will also work fine. So this is how we can add two metric, or you can say two arrays in Java. Is it clear?
Yes.
Any doubts in this question?
Sir, if we find out the common element from the array,
Sorry. Yeah.
common element from the array.
So for that, I will first take this one. Like what we have to do. This is one array, and this is second array, right? Suppose if I take 7, or let me take some smaller array. Let me take some smaller array, otherwise it will be confusing. So what I will do, suppose we have two array, right? I want to print all the common elements from the two array, right? So you can try that for second, for the multi-dimensional array as well. Let us take one small example, like suppose here we are having 10. Let me take 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? This is our array number 1, and this is our array number B. So I want to print all the common elements between these two arrays. How we can do that? So again we will use for loop. So let me take 6, 7, 10, 3, 66, 77. Okay, and after that what I will do? So for that first array I will again take a dot length, and for the second array I will take b dot length for int I equals to 0, I less than b dot length I plus plus. And here what you have to do, so let me take j. We are taking the same variable, so it is giving error. Let me take, instead of I will take j. Now I want to check what is the, so I will comment this below line. Now I will check simply if a of I, this is our array number a, if a of I equals to b of I, if both are equal, so what I will do, I will simply print, I can simply print a of I or b of I, that is your choice. Let us see how this will work. So let me take some smaller number. Let me take, okay, let me execute this. So it should print the common element. So first of all, what is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what is the length of this? It is again 6. So both are same. So Now j value will be 0. Now if you see this is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? Again this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am saying a of 0 is a of 0, whatever the element is present at a of 0 is it equals to b of 0. So is this one and this one equal? So they both are not equal, so condition false. So now we will go one step up. So now j value will increment by 1. So if I say a of 0 equals to b of 1, now I am comparing whether this one is equals to this one or not. So condition true, false. Now again for the third time, is this one and this one equal? No, again false. So we will again go. Now after that, is 1 and 3 are equal? No, condition false. Again go 1, and after the 66 and 77 again condition false. So now for the first time we did not get any element, but after that if you see when a of 1, this is a, now a value will become 1. Sorry, after this one more, a value will become 1 now. A value is 1, I value is 1, which means a of 1. Now we are checking this element with all the elements from the second array. So if 10 and 6 are equal for the first time, so if you see this BO, so it should be J here, not this one. Let me run it again. I have mistaken. So for the first time we have done, let me quickly execute it. It will not print anything for the first time when a value will be 0. But now when a value will become 1, a value will become 1, a value will become 1, and j value is again, j value is 0. J value is 0 if you see here. So if these are equal, no. Again, a value is 1, so we are pointing to this element, but j value will become 1. So 10 and 7 are they both equal? Condition false. Now after that if you see, j value will increment by 1. So this time if you see j is 2, a is 1. A is this one, j is 0, 1, 2. These two elements are matched, which means they both are same. So these are the common element between the two array. So if the condition is true, we will go inside and simply I will print the element. So here you can also use b of I or a of I because these elements are same. It will print the element in the output, right? And after that it will keep on continuing till it will find the. Let me run it. It will again, if I remove this breakpoint, it will print all the common elements if we will find. So this time we are having only one common element. If I write more than one, like if I say 66, or let me say 6 or 333, or let me take somewhere here 333. If I run it, it should print this one because these are the common element, and it should also print 10. So this is how you can debug this, that how it is working. It should print the both the elements. So these are our common element. So this is how you can also find the common elements between the two array. Is it clear to everyone? So if
Yes,
you
sir.
if you write b, again it will print the. It is again printing. So this time, okay. So I think we cannot use b of. So if you are using b, then you should use this complete, not b of I. So copy this and paste it here. It should not give incorrect result. Either use this one because these are same, right? Or either use b of j. So now it should give me the. So again we are getting the same result. So this is how you can print the common element between the two array. So this part is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So one more question was, then I will discuss few more questions. That there is one question, how to insert an element in array. So let's take one array. So let me. So what is our array? Int. This is our array. equals to, or let me take, if I take, if I take array, so in this array we are having 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So total 6 elements we are having. Now, so let me take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now at index number 2, I want to enter, I need to insert an element. So what is the element I need to insert? I need to insert 100 number into the position number 2. So if you see this, if you try to insert at index number 2, what will happen? If I create the final array, that is how it will look. So this is 2, this is 3, right? But index number 2 at the, let me take A, 0, 1, so 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So do not think, right? So what I mean to say, as of now we are having total how many elements? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you try to insert 100, so do not think that array size will increase, which means array will going to insert 6 elements. See, array size will always going to be fixed. So this is basically one disadvantage with the array, that if you try to insert an element in the array, one element will be lost. So now when you try to insert an element at position number 2, suppose you have inserted 100, right? So if you insert 100 here, so what will happen? 4 should move here. Instead of 5, 4 should move here, and 5 should move here, and 6 will not be going to be present in our output. So this is what our final array will look like. So once you insert 100 at position number 2, 4 will come here, 5 will come here. But when you do insertion in array, this last element will be lost, because array will not going to increase its size, right? So this is the reason we use array list, that we will discuss later. So array will not going to increase the size. Array will not going to increase the size. So if you insert it like this, then one element will be lost, which is nothing but the end element. So this part is clear, that how this array will look like. Then we will discuss the programming part.
Yes, sir.
So let me explain take one more example. So I take one more. So A, let me take a small A, 1, 2, 3. So this is one small example, 0, 1, 2. Now I have a condition that I want to insert an element at index number 0. I need to insert an element at index number 0. Here I need to insert an element, and what is the element value? It is 200. So 200 will come here. So what will happen? When you insert 200, this is 200, then 1 should be copied here, right? So 1 will be copied here, and 2 will be copied here, but this 3 will be lost, right? So this is how our final array will look like after the insertion. So the same thing we will apply in our programming part. So what I will do, let me take. So suppose we are having an array. Uh, 10, 20, 30, and let me take one more, 40. So we are having total 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 element we are having in our array, right? So what I will do, when I will write the code, first I will say, tell me the position where you need to insert the array. What is the position? If I say 2, what does this mean? So here you need to understand one thing. From the user point of view, if suppose some person is saying that some person do not have any knowledge of array, if he says that I need to insert at position number 2, so this is first position, this is second, from the user point of view. So this is the position. But if you talk about array, 0, 1, 2. This is going to be the position. So this you need to understand that what you need to specify here. Are you getting this? What I'm trying to say, or not?
Yes, sir.
If I talk about array, this is going to be the second position because this is the index number 2. But if some person is saying that I need to insert at the position number 2, so from his point of view, this is going to be the second position. So let us take that user has said that this is our, I need to insert the element at this second position, right? So what I will do, and let me also take the element from the user. So element will be 100. I need to insert element 100 from the user. So now after that, what I will do, I will run one for loop. So this time if you see here, let me write here. So here I will write I will run one for loop that will start from a dot length. And if I say -1, let me tell you why we are using -1. And then I will say I greater than, let me take it as some smaller, some. So this is our name, POS, which means position. So here I will say I greater than POS -1. And at the end I will say decrement the value of I by 1. I am decrementing the value of I by 1. And inside this, if I try to write like this, so what will happen? A of I equals to A of I minus 1. What does this mean? So let us debug it here only, how this will work. So what is the total length? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will give you the total length, which is 4. But I'm saying 4 minus 1, so which means 3. So I will be 3. So the reason why we are saying a dot length -1 is because for the array the index is 3. So now we will get I equals to 3. So this part is clear to everyone why we are using a dot length -1.
Yes, sir.
Because if I take a dot length like this without -1, then the total length will be 4. So if you see this, we are having 4 elements, but for the array this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But we are having only 4 elements, so that's why I'm taking -1. So now let me write -1 again. So it should be -1 here, right? And after that I'm saying I greater than POS -1. So if you see this position, this is position number is 2. And if you see this, I greater than POS -1. For the first time, I value is 3. So is 3 is greater than position number is 2, 2 minus 1, which is 1. Is 3 is greater than 1? Condition true. If the condition is true, we will go inside. Right? If the condition is true, we will go inside. Now here if you see, A of I equals to A of I minus 1. What is A of I? I value is 3. So A of 3 equals to A of 3 minus 1. This is going to be this one. 3 minus 1 is 2. So what I'm saying, if I write it here, let me rub this. What I'm saying, this is our A of 3, right? If I try to write here, this is our A of 3, this is our A of 2, this is our A of 1, this is our A of 0, right? So if I say A of 3 equals to A of 2, which means whatever the value you are having A of 2, what is the value A of 2? 30. So 30 should be placed into the A of 3. So 30 will come here, right? 30 will come here. So which means we have shifted one element. And if you see that last element is lost, right? Now 30 is come here and 30 is here as well. Once this will execute, this is our array which is having 30 at the last, and after that I value will be decreased by 1. I value will become 2, so I value will become 2, right? Now if you compare this, I greater than POS minus 1, what is the position? This will remain the same, 2 minus 1, which is 1, and I value is 2. So 2 is greater than 1, condition true. We will again go inside. Now if you see here, I am saying A of 2, I value is 2 here, so A of 2 equals to A of 2 minus 1, which is nothing but 1. So A of 2 is equals to, let me rub it, A of 2 equals to A of 1, which means again I am shifting the value. So it is a kind of shifting here. If you see A of 1, what is the value at A of 1? It is 20. So I will say 20 equals to. So I am just simply copying the value 20 to A of 2. So at A of 2, 20 will come. At A of 2, 20 will come, and 30 remains there. And now after this, I value will again decreased by 1, which means I value will become 1. So I value has become 1 now. And again this middle condition will be checked. So if the middle condition is checked, this time what will happen? This time, if I write it here, okay, so if I check this condition again, POS minus 1, position is 2, so 2 minus 1 is 1, and I'm saying 1 is greater than 1. This condition become false. So we will simply come out of the for loop. But after coming out of the for loop, I need to insert the element 100, right? So if you see this, what is our array earlier? If I write it here, this is our array which was earlier. It is like this: 10, 20, 30, and then 40, right? So if you remember, I said that we need to shift the element 0, 1, 2, 3. If I need to insert here, so 20 should come here and 30 should come here at the last, and this will remain the same. So here if you see this, 10 is remain the same, 20 is here, 30 is here, and to this second one which user said that to enter the element, I will enter here. So after coming out of the for loop, I will simply say A of POS minus 1 equals to element. Element is our variable name which is having the actual value which we need to store. So if you see, position is 2, which is given by user. Now if I say A of 2 minus 1 is 1, so it is A of 1 equals to element is 100. This is 100. So 100 will be copied into this A of 1. So instead of 20, finally this will be 100. So this is how we can insert at any position into array. Are you able to get this?
Yes, sir.
So this same program you have to try that in Eclipse as well. This will be the same, exactly same. So here I have explained so that it will be clear.
Sir, same program can be used for delete the element from array instead of using last step, skipping last step.
So if I talk about deletion, what you have to do? Let me not delete it. Let me open again. So for the deletion, let me give you hint. What you have to
Sir, if you skip the last step, addition of 100, then automatically element will be deleted. Is it?
if you
If we skip the last step of addition of 100,
yeah,
then automatically element will be deleted. Is it?
no, see what I'm going to say. In case of deletion, how this will look. Suppose 2, 20, 30, 40 and 50, right? So in case of deletion, suppose I need to delete this element 30. So what will happen? 0, 1, 2, 3. So in that case, if you want to delete this element, so you need to copy 40 here, 50 here, right? So how this will look? A 20 will be here again, Now 40 you will move here, 50 you will move here, and again one element 50 will be remaining at the last. So basically you have to do the reverse. And when you have done this, you need to run. So basically in case of deletion, if we have four element, and if we try to delete one element from array, still the size of array will be 4. Size of array remain the same. This is the disadvantage of array. Size of array will be same. So what you have to do, once you are able to copy and move the element, you have to run the array till this particular point, 10, 20, 14, 50. So it will look like that you have deleted one element. So this is basically you have to do in case of deletion. Is it clear? You can try that and let me know if you will face any issue.
Yes.
So basically you have to do the reverse of this, but you have to still think about it, right? So instead of this, what you have to do, instead of +1 you have to do, right? This is I can tell you, a plus 1 I plus 1 you have to do instead of taking minus in case of deletion, right? So let me so I think one question is this. Some people have submitted the assignment, and there is one question that we need to, let me create one class. If I open this class test1, and here there is one main method. So in assignment there is one question in ARR. Basically I need to reverse the array. New int. Suppose this is my array 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I reverse the array, what will be the output? This is the output: 9, 7, 6, 5, 4. So this will be the reverse of array. So what many people have done, they simply reverse the for loop. What they have done, int I equals to 0, sorry, int I equals to ARR, they have reversed the for loop and printed the output. So I greater than 0. So this is what they have done. If I run it, ARR of I, and if I try to, so it should be int. This will going to give me the output in reverse, right? So this is the output, but the question is about reversing this array, not printing the output in reverse. Which means first you need to reverse this array, because if you see this, even I am printing this, even I am printing the array elements in reverse. If you see on the right hand side, this is our array, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So if you are even printing the elements of array in the reverse, because this will print, because this is starting from the last, so it will start from 4. But on the right hand side, array elements are not reversed. If you see this, array elements remain the same. You are simply going from bottom to top. So this is not the correct way to reverse the element, right? So what we have to do, see here. So those who have, some people have submitted the assignment, they have done the same thing. They just run the for loop in reverse. So basically I need to reverse the element of the array. So what I will do, I will take one I loop. I will take one j element, int j equals to, that will point to a dot length. What will be the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 is the length, but array starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will say j dot -1. So this will point to last element. It is pointing to index number 4. Now I will run one I loop. I less than, you can say array dot length again. Increment the value of I. And here inside that, what I will do, I will take one temp variable. So we will swap the number basically for reversing. So int temp, and here I will say ARR of I. So you can take any other name, equals to ARR of j. ARR of j is ARR of, sorry, it should be temp j and then ARR of j equals to, so what I'm doing here, and after that one by one I will decrement the value of j. I will keep on decrementing the value of j. So if I try to run this program, what will happen? If you see here, debug as Java application. So what is it? Should be 4. On the right hand side you can see 4. Now so j value will be 4 because this will give you total length as 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. Now I am running this I loop. So this will run for how many times? Total 5 times. So if you go inside, I am saying, oh, first store ARR of 0. What is this? 4. First store 4 in the temp variable. So let me store 4 in the temp variable. On the right hand side you can see. Now I am saying whatever the ARR of j, this will be 4. This will be 4 at the end. This is 4 because this total will give you 4. So ARR of 4. So copy this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Copy this element into ARR of 0, which means 9 will come here. 9 will come here. So if I execute this, you will see 9 will come here. So if you go on the right hand side, so 9 is coming on the top. And now what I have to do, whatever the element I have copied, this first element I have copied into the temp, I will copy that number 4 into the last index of the array. So 4 will go into ARR of 4. So instead of 9, 4 will come. You will see on the right hand side. So 4 is coming, right? So we are able to reverse these two numbers. Now again, I equals to 1. I will be 1. So now again I will take this ARR of 1, which is 5. I will copy 5 element into the temp. So on the right hand side, 5 is placed into temp variable. Now I will say ARR of j. So this is, so if you see this, because of this one, earlier it was 4, but now it became 3 because of this line. So you need to write this. So j value will become 3. So now we are pointing, j value is pointing to this one. So I'm saying ARR of 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. This will be copied into ARR of 1. So 7 will come instead of 5. So on the right hand side, you can see 7 will come instead of 5. And finally, what this time we have copied 5 element into the temp variable. So 5 will be copied to ARR of 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So 5 will come here. So simply you can see earlier it was 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, but now it is 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, right? And one more thing, if you do not, so if you see this, if you are able to see on the right hand side and this one, earlier it was 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and now it is 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, which means our task is done. But this loop will again run for 3 more times. So if you see this, if you do not put any condition after this, it will again run and it will make again modification, which means it will keep on running and it will make your output incorrect. So if you see this, I think one more time it should, you can see, now you can see again some our array got changed. So basically once our task is done, I will write one condition here, if I equals to j, because j value will keep on decrementing and I value will keep on incrementing. If both of these are equal, or you can say I value should be greater than equals to j, then we do not need to run the loop. So I will say break. So immediately we will stop at this point. So if I put break, then it will not run for next iteration. So even if I give some other number, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I run this, let me print the array. So if I print the array, so system.out.println ARRO I. So this is how we will print the array. And now run as Java application. So this condition you need to put, otherwise it will make in your array as incorrect result, right? Because it will keep on running. So once our task is done, so let me do one thing. So if you see output, this time if I put one breakpoint here, we are again getting the output in reverse order. Here we are also getting the same. If you see this array is reversed. But if you see this in debug mode, our array is reversed, which is not the case with the earlier program. Now if I remove this, now if you see this here, right? If I open this array, this actual array got reversed. Earlier, our array was remaining the same. If you see this is our actual array. This is our array name. Now this actual array got reversed and this is the final output. Is it clear to everyone? So what is the difference between this one and this one? Earlier program, there we were not reversing the array, we were simply printing the output. So this is how you can reverse the elements of an array. I hope it is clear. So guys, I think these are the questions which you are facing the difficulty. So I think I made it clear. Any more doubts? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so guys, I will share this recording. This time you will get the recording within an hour because on my side there is no any internet issue. So I will share this recording, right? So also complete the assignment. I will share tomorrow or today only. Thanks, Anja. So keep on posting the doubts on the Telegram group as well if you face. And also try, I will suggest you if you are doing Java programming for the first time, so try to debug each and every program. That will help you. So that's why in every program I will try to debug.
Sir,
Yeah.
can I share my screen?
Sorry.
I got one error. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, it shows the error exception. What is problem in that program?
Let me check. So you have taken int I0, array 1 dot length, that is correct. Array 2 dot length. So first you need, I think, comment the line number 14. Let us try comment it. Now run it. Line number 13, the error is coming at line number 13. No, do not comment it. This we need to add anyways. Add of I of j, that is correct, equals to 3 row 2 column. Array 1 I of j plus array 2 I of j. So basically I think some element is getting, let me array of 3 of 2, that is also correct. So when you are taking array of 2, I think we had made the same program. So what is the issue? I think so 3 row and 2 column, that is correct. So array 1 will run 3 times, array 2 will run 3 times. Can you debug the program? Automatically you will get what is the error. So first array dot length will be 1, 2, 3. So it will run 0, 1, 2, 3 times. Now come step over. Now if you see I value 0, 0. So it will add 9 plus 4. Click this. 13. So 13 will be, can you open the array? From the right side, add array. Index 0.
Yes.
Yeah, this one. So if you see 13 come, which is correct. Now again, run it. This time, j value 1, so it will add 3 plus 7, 10. So 10 will come at 0, 1. So click this. So it is also correct. Now, for the second time, it will terminate. So now, if you click one more time, it should throw error item this time. Or not. Yeah, it should throw. Click this. So this is the error. So basically, if you see, you should write. I think you should write ARR of 2 in bracket. You have to write I.
Yeah.
After ARR of 2, bracket in the bracket after ARR of 2 in the for loop. Write I. After ARR of 2 in the second for loop, inner for loop.
Sir, I'm not getting it.
Line number 11, I am saying, where you have written ARR of 2. So in the bracket you have to write I dot length, then I dot length. So this will going to give you the size of column. So because the size of column is 2, but rows are 3. So now run it. It should run fine. So you can also print it after this. So print, if you want to print, you need to again use two for loop. It will not going to give the correct result if you print here. So copy these two loop and again write println statement. It will print.
These two loop?
Yeah, both the loop. Copy, paste. No, not here. Control Z. Yeah, not here at line number 20. Before line number 20. Yeah, hit enter. Now paste. Now put braces. One more brace. Now in the inner for loop, write that println. No, not here. On the inner loop, write system.out.print. After line number 21, you have to write, yeah, here, system.out.print. Here you have to write add of ij. So you can change the line later. So remove ln from println. So otherwise it will change the line and you will not see good output. And after the inner for loop, you can write println just like you written on the top. Remove ln from line number 22. And after this, write this one, println statement. Simple, write println statement. So we can change the line.
After this?
No. After this inner for loop, line number 25. You can also remove double quotes. It will not give any error. Basically like this. Now run it. Should give the correct output. So you could also put a space. So you can say 13, then 10 in the first row, then
Yes.
4 and 13, and then
32
2.
and 2.
Yeah, you could also put a space after giving plus after the line number 22. After this add of ij, yeah, after this, yeah, here you can also put. So put one space between the double quote, then only it will get. So this is how you can add. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay, guys. So thanks for attending this session. We'll share the recording at the earliest.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.